a movie, which would be just incredible, but if the story of zombie life was actually made into a movie, which it probably will never be because there's too many government conspiratorial situations in there that are real, by the way. I've done my research. So if there was, I would like for there to be heavy music during some of the action sequences. And I think heavy music is the best way to pull that feeling out, because you can't have what would it be like if you watch a zombie movie and there's no sound? Would it be scarier than if there was?
Even worse. Yeah. What if you watched a zombie film and it had classical music in the scary scenes?
Ooh, that's
a little bit strange. We'll have to try and make one.
Yeah.
We'll take a film and we'll take out the audio, the sound in the background if we can, and we'll put some classical music to some of the scenes, and we'll see what we can do.
Throw down some Chopin and see what they think about that.
I think that'd be a bit strange, but
so I know what it's like here in America. There's a huge zombie following. We have zombie walks all over America. Each state participates in all kinds of stuff, and it has
that's cool as fuck,
video, and there's film, and there's now podcasting and everything. That's good for me because I started my blog like 2 years ago, and so anytime that something new comes up with zombies, any new zombie movie, or like the thing that happened in Florida where the dude got his face eaten off.
Oh yeah, man, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that was they're saying that it's not an isolated incident, that it's happening in other places too, but news isn't covering all of it. I think that it had, and it's proven now. I said that in EddieRotten.com that it had nothing at all to do with bath salt, that it's just a cover-up joke. And it turns out I think that I was right, because they didn't find any bath salt in the dude's system at all. Did you hear that?
Yeah, vaguely. I hear bits and pieces.
Yeah, so they didn't have, there's no bath salt in them. There's a little bit of weed, but hell, who doesn't have a little bit of weed in it? You could eat a poppy muffin and have a little bit of something inside you, So,
man, I'll tell you what, if that was something to do with weed, you better watch out for it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of...
You could be the next zombie.
There's going to be a lot of face-eating people out there.
Man, that'd be awesome.
But is there a zombie following like that in the UK?
Not that I know of, personally, but then there's nothing... Where I live is a bit secluded. I'll say very secluded. It's, not a lot happens around here, but they're having I can't remember where it is. It's at Nottingham or somewhere. They're having a zombie run.
Okay.
Which is, they're doing one in America as well. You pay like 35, 40 quid, £40, and you can go on a 5k zombie run where you run from zombies.
Wow.
And it's like an obstacle course. So you run through the woods, you run through forests and that, but I'd look at you can have a look on the video. If you type in 5k zombie run into Google, that'll probably bring up the American one, but the American video looks so much better. There's this bloke and he runs into a house. He's been chased by zombies. He runs into a house, like a log cabin, and he's in the dark and he flicks his lighter on, and as he flicks his lighter on, he's just like surrounded by zombies.
Oh my gosh.
So he like runs out of the log cabin, and as he runs out the log cabin, it's like the part on 28 weeks later, when Robert Carlyle is running at the beginning to the boat, and it pans over the hill and all these zombies are running over the hill towards him.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like that. It looks sick. It looks proper awesome, and I would have loved to have gone on it, but 2 reasons I didn't. 3 reasons. 1, I'm skint. 2, I can't get up there, and 3, I'm a fat lazy bastard.
I like 3. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's just me. But no, I'd like me and a couple of friends were talking about doing it this year, but we felt that we didn't really have enough, like, not experience, like, we could do with a bit of preparation. So we're maybe going to think about doing it next year, which would be quite cool.
A bit of preparation. So what do you mean? You have to be...
Well, at the end of the day, you've got to be able to run 5k. I can barely walk up my stairs.
God. Are you a smoker? Do you smoke?
No, I used to. I used to smoke quite a while ago. But I quit.
Good.
And you quit smoking, you pile on the pounds, so you become just as unhealthy.
Yeah.
So anyone who's thinking of quitting, don't. You'll stay stick
Right.
man. Unless you're already fat, then it don't really matter.
Right. Well, that's what the whole system is. So what is Sky? Because here we have Comcast, and Comcast is one of the top 3 worst companies in America. Is Sky kind of the same thing?
No, Sky shouldn't be that bad. They're probably, out of all of them, they're probably not the best ones, but they are good. You get all of your TV with them, and you get everything. But at the moment, Virgin are meant to be really, really good, because Richard Branson's a rich bastard.
And he's in charge of Virgin now?
Oh, he's the fucking... He's been like the big daddy of Virgin forever, and it's like his fucking company.
Wow.
He's a big man, yeah, and they do everything, man. They do fucking TV and internet. They do fucking all this optical internet, wherever it's called, optical fucking... I don't know, it means fuck all to me, but...
Wow.
Yeah, they're meant to be quite good. And BT are another one, but I was with BT for about a year, and I owe them about 150 quid, so I'm never going back to them again. So,
well, it's probably a good thing that you don't then.
No, so yeah, Sky's good. Sky are all right. They're not bad. I just can't figure out what... There's something going on between mine and yours connection, and we'll have to try and figure it out. But if this goes well, and our connection stays good while I'm plugged in, I'll have to just get a really long Ethernet lead. I'll do it plugged in every time.
Okay.
I hope that should be fine. But we didn't have any problems last time, did we? Like I say, we had like an hour. We had an hour call. We had an hour video call. You know, with no problems. We were fine. But I'm wondering whether it was because I was sat in the next room. But never mind. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about that 5K zombie run. So
yeah, do you think you could pull off a 5K zombie run if you had to? If you absolutely had to?
If I absolutely had to, if my life depended on it, I would fucking.
If you had
legs
bloody brain-eating zombies chasing you for 5K, could you do that?
I honestly do not know. I would struggle like fuck. I really would. I would proper struggle with it. But I'd give it a fucking good go. I'd see what happens.
Let me tell you what we're doing here in October, and I know we've talked about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And anybody who wants to be part of the Jig and Eddie Rotten Zombie Life podcast family, you can go to, is it Jig and Eddie Rotten at Facebook?
No, it's just Jig and Eddie Jig and Eddie, because it wouldn't.
Jig and Eddie.
You have to use your proper name apparently. So I had to go with what I could get. It took me about an hour to try and sort something out, and I nearly smashed my laptop up. I got so frustrated. Mark Zuckerberg, you're a cunt. Hate you sometimes. But, the best we could come up with was Jig N, just the letter N. Ed. Okay. Jig and Ed.
Jig and Ed. It's not even Jig and Eddie.
No, I can change it to Jig and Eddie.
No, that's fine. I'm not hurt by it. That's totally fine. So join the Zombie Life Podcast family on Facebook and leave all your zombie tales there. Everything that you want to know about the story will finally end up there. There's also something that you started called is it ZMBO Worldwide or Zombie Life Worldwide?
It was a ZFC, wasn't it? ZFC Worldwide.
Yeah, ZFC Worldwide, and there's a lot of stuff going on there too. Not too much, but we're just now getting off the ground as far as other media goes. So as the podcast goes, I think the Facebook things will grow as well, and same thing with Twitter. But what we're doing is, the reason why I brought up the 5K run again is in October, I've got some property out in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And we're having, some of that property is dedicated to a airsoft field that we have, right? And so people go and they play airsoft, and it's just like paintball, but it's, you're shooting little, little plastic BBs. And that was the airsoft gun that I showed you in our break there. Did you see that gun?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a Big Daddy heavy-duty airsoft gun. It hurts like hell if you get hit by it. So we're going to set up a Zombie Life. I'm going to go out there and sponsor the whole thing. I'm going to host it. We're going to have a couple live bands, maybe some DJs go out there. It's going to be more of a festival thing where people can camp and tent outside. Awesome. If you go to missionairsoft.com, there's going to be some information on that Zombie Life festival in the coming weeks. That's going to happen in October. What we're going to have, dude, check this out. Imagine you're on some property. It's nighttime. You get to choose between 2 backpacks, okay? You and one other person.
Okay.
So there's 2 backpacks on a table. You can choose one of the 2 backpacks, and you grab that backpack. Only one of them, you and your friend, and then you go to a safe house, which is basically like 3 or 4 pallets in a box shape, just nailed together. Okay, there's a little swinging light in there, and you've got 5 minutes to open the backpack and find out what you have. Now, inside one backpack, there's going to be 2 flashlights, 2 guns, 2 rounds for the airsoft guns, and 2 candy bars and 2 whistles. Okay, in case you get hurt, something actually really bad happens.
Yeah.
In the other backpack, there's only going to be 1 gun and 1 flashlight, but then you're going to have 2 whistles because that's an emergency issue. So you're going to have just 1 gun and 1 flashlight, and then you have to decide who's going to hold the gun, who's going to hold the flashlight, and you have limited rounds. So you have 5 minutes to decide your strategy, what you're going to do, and then at the end of 5 minutes, a bullhorn sounds, and you have to run as fast as you can to the end of the darkness, because it's inside really thick, dense woods at night, and there's fog rolling through there, and it's jam-packed full of zombies.
Oh, sick.
And it's going to be the coolest thing in the whole wide world. I think we're trying to get a helmet cam so we can put it on people's heads so we can send it out, and I'm going to try to get the whole thing I was telling you the other day. I'm going to try to get the whole thing caught on... what's that video?
Ustream.
Ustream, yeah. Try to get the whole thing on Ustream so that people around the world can see Zombie Life Festival. It's going to be the first one that they called me to come out there and host it. It's going to be just incredible, man. I can't wait to do it.
Matt, dude, that sounds fucking awesome. That sounds proper fucking cool. That makes me fucking hate living in England.
Yeah, it's
really
2 days. 2 days long, man. So the first day you go, there's going to be airsoft guns all day long that are free. And then at the end of day 1, there's going to be 3 different fields that open up. One of them is just going to be pure death, which is the one that I just explained to you. Yeah. And then the other 2 fields, zombies and people both have guns and they can shoot at each other. And then the second field, I think, is going to be a survival, to where you have to make it to a certain point and pick up survival gear and then make it to the other side before the zombies come get you. And we're going to have it either where they have like a little flag, like flag football.
Okay.
To where they pull flags off your waist, or they... touch you or grab you and then escort you off the field. But the woods are really, really thick, dude. They're really windy, so you have to choose the best way for you to go. And it's just going to be the coolest thing in the world, man. I can't wait to do it.
Dude, that sounds fucking superb. That really does.
Yeah.
So that's the problem in England. We don't have anything like that in here. Not that I know of, anyway. I haven't actually properly looked, but, it's hard to find decent things like that in the UK because... we don't do things as well as you guys do.
A lot of them are better, though. I think that your movies are better. I think your horror movies are definitely better. 28 Days Later, it's hard to beat, dude.
Yeah, man.
Unless you pull out the
films. We got some really sick films, man.
Unless you pull out the big guns with Night of the Living Dead, but that goes all the way back to Romero.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, he's just like the classic, isn't he? He's fantastic at making zombie films. He really is. He's so good. He knows how to do it properly. I
saw somebody tweeted on Twitter that they wanted him to be given sainthood for what he's accomplished with zombies. And I thought
that would be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool as fuck. He is. I mean, like when they first started making this run of Resident Evil films. Now,
right,
they're good films. I like them, but they're films. To me, they are nothing to do with the games.
Sure.
Because nothing they seem to do is like related to many. Maybe Resident Evil 2, was it Nemesis?
Okay.
They did. That was alright. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But to me, nothing seems to really. They use characters from the game, and that's about it. Whereas George Romero originally wanted to make the Resident Evil films, and he originally wanted to start off with The Mansion, the Resident Evil 1. And do the films exactly how they made the games, which I think he'd have made it a lot better if he'd have made
creepier, because Resident Evil is a really good, sinister, heavy-hitting zombie movie, but there's that essence that Romero brought into filming that just isn't there. Because if you remember,